show you a little trick to make your guitar playing more expressive. So the technique is very subtle, and that's the point. It's not meant to completely change your guitar playing, it's just a tool for you to have in your guitar tool belt. So the technique is multifaceted. I'm going to show you two different variations, but the concept is the same. Essentially, the concept is a slide from a given area of the neck to your destination. And I'll show you a small slide that happens while you're bending a string, and then I'll show you a longer slide that happens as you're approaching a note that you're targeting. So here is so I'm going to show you the trickier of the two pieces first. What you're going to do is take a note. In this case, I am on the 9th fret of the G string. And what I'm doing is bending it up a whole step. And while I'm at the top of that bend, I am wavering my finger ever so slightly as I come back down to the original pitch. So that explanation sounds confusing. It's a lot more simple to just show it to you. Even closer, let me zoom in for you so you can really see what's going on here. It's all in this left hand. Don't worry about the right hand. I would try and slow it down, but the effect would kind of lose itself. So I can only kind of go real quick, but you can see the motion. So in context, we might have something like this. So there's plenty of different ways to use this in different genres. It doesn't matter, blues, metal, funk, jazz, R&B. You can always employ this bend to get a little more expression out of your guitar. The next part of this technique, it's not really the next part, but another facet of this technique is a big slide down to a note. So I'm going to show you a phrase, and then I'm going to show you that same phrase but with the technique involved. So here we'll just take a simple, and now on that last note, instead of just landing on it, I'm going to find a place up here in like the 12th to 15th fret area and slide down to approach this note, as opposed to just land on it just like a box shape type lick. So here's before and after. Now, this seems really subtle, but it is something that all my favorite guitar players do at one point or another. John Petrucci, Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, all those guys are really big advocates of this technique, and it is so subtle. It took me a long time to realize, oh, that's like that super slick sound that they're doing there. Instead of just playing notes in a sequence, they're really coming to the notes from a different area of the neck, and it gives it a really cool sound. It really appeals to my ear. And another reason I really like this is because it gives you this like attitude about the way you're playing. It gives you some inertia too, to continue with that attitude throughout the phrase that you're playing. So it just makes me play better, in my opinion. So use these techniques as kind of a way to experiment if you've never tried them before. It can really add different elements to licks that you already know. So if you're already familiar with basic stuff like this, maybe if you hit the top of that bend, you can expand your playing. And like I said, this technique transcends genre. It doesn't have to be like bluesy stuff. Maybe something like a little funkier. It goes on and on, the list that is, of ways you can use this technique in your guitar playing. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. It's one of my favorite things to do on the guitar, really subtle too. So you may not even notice it as you become more comfortable with it, that it sneaks into your playing. So good luck with it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, and I'll see you tomorrow.